Everyone. Whiskey wanted to go for a walk. I had to run somewhere, so we figured we'd get on here and do another live in this format. Trying it out. I realized I don't got a mic hooked up. I don't got my adapter. I had an adapter, right? Just more nonsense. Have to go through from local corruption. But so we step out. Sometimes the mic ain't working, that good. When I'm recording with my phone, if I'm just doing a recording, sounds good. If I go live, it's maybe here or there, right? Maybe it works, maybe it don't, right? But anyways, I did the live yesterday that was about being unsubscribed from people, right? I've heard about this stuff a few times. And you hear people say it and you don't know so much that it's true. Well, I found out it is true, and so I want to go through all my wondering how many people who don't pop up was I automatically subscribed. I don't know. But it was confirmed to me because old Mac then messaged me and confirmed that he also was unsubscribed from me. And my thing is, if somebody decides they want to unsubscribe, that's 100% fine, right? But when YouTube or the algorithms are doing it, no, I have an issue with that. But, some of the things I talked on is how they're kind of trying to out with the old, right? In with the new and out with the old. And, well, we got a local case. I was beginning to say something, forgot about it yesterday, but I'm in Ohio, but I'm not too far from the Indiana line, not too far from Fort Wayne. And there's Prairie Farms, it's called, out of Fort Wayne area in Indiana. A big Listeria outbreak. Their big warning came out on the Fort Wayne news, Listeria outbreak. Well, the funny thing is, as you read it, come to find out, it's from Prairie Farms or whatever it was called, right? They had, but the thing is, it was none of their for sale by retail was affected. It was the only manufacturing of that was affected was from was going out to long-term care facilities, and those people. Hey, Motobomb, good to see you. Thanks for joining me. I didn't have anything scheduled or anything. One of those. I've been playing around, messing around with this, doing it in this format. Well, anyways, Listeria outbreak. It's only affecting over in Indiana there long-term care facilities, and so I was like, man, that kind of doubles down on what I was saying yesterday, where they're just trying to get rid of all of us. It seems, first that's what they're going after, the people with. All right. They're going after. Sorry if the mic don't work too good out here. We'll see what we got. Whiskey wants to try to search out some deer. So anyways, the Listeria outbreak. Happy Sacks. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Sorry, I'm using one of these iPhone minis. I love the phone. I wanted a smaller phone when I got it, but when you know it, you can't read the chat's worth of crap when you're doing it this way. But I've been doing a few this way because supposedly it helps the channel and all that. But anyway, so the Listeria outbreak, it just kind of doubles down what I was saying yesterday. They're targeting who they want to take out. And how could that not be the case? Because this same company produces stuff for sale retail, and their dairy products or whatever. I don't remember what exactly was. But they said the only ones that was concerned was the stuff that got sent out to long-term care facilities, and they've had I think maybe 13 deaths and more hospitalized in long-term care facilities from this Listeria outbreak. Kind of reminiscent of what we went through back in the C-19 days, right? Just nonsense. Let's see, Motobomb says, looks nice out. Not too bad. It's gonna hit like 48 degrees. Right now it's like 43 degrees. It's kind of warm from what it's been. Yeah, not too bad out. Trump TPG said hi, hello, thanks for joining us. And Javid Ale, if I'm saying that right, if I'm not, sorry, says hi, hello, thanks everyone for joining us. Let me try to get over here out of the wind, near the trees, away from the wind, because you probably can't hear it. The wind's blowing. I got a nice mic, but it won't plug into this phone. All the stupid shit they come up with these days. Okay, Motobomb says, I know I've been accidentally unsubscribed, hitting buttons on different devices and misreading things sometimes, but really be nice to know what you're talking about is really happening. You know, like I've heard about it, and it's never, I've heard about people saying that that's happening, and I never noticed it. But then yesterday I noticed it because old Mac was on your live and he was getting ready to end yours, and he said he'll continue a live on his channel. And so I was like, okay, I'll go over there, and I went and looked for it, and it was gone. And I was like, what the hell? And that's how I found out what happened there. I do hear about it quite often. You're not the only one who says that. Yeah, I've heard about it, and I was finding it hard to believe until now I just seen it happen to me for sure. And Jim Bob Shorts says hi, shout out to you, thanks very much for joining us. What are you doing? I am taking my dog Whiskey on a walk through the park over here. This particular park I don't try to come to too often, because everywhere you step is deer crap all over the place. But he likes to chase the deer when they come. A whole bunch of them come through here sometimes, and it's like outnumbered by deer. Artistry Artsy says, row your boat gently down the stream. If you like this live, double tap your screen. Yeah, right on. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. And Tom Lingo, if I'm saying that correct, hopefully. Do girls pee out their butts? I don't know. Good luck trying to figure anything out about girls, women, females, whatever, right? So this Listeria outbreak is concerning, but you know, we'll keep an eye on that. And it's just funny that it seems to be targeting the long-term care. You know, they're finding ways to kill off the old and frail, and these are the people that need our voice and need us to stand with them and for them. Hopefully I'm not losing signal here. Hopefully I don't know how this, it's funny, we're like right in the middle of town, but you seem to lose signal easily. And then otherwise, other thoughts hit me before we took our walk. Is I got a comment on one of my videos about the local situation going on here. Great response. Right on. No need to be to fake it and pretend I know something that I don't. Anyways, how's our signal looking? Okay. I had somebody comment on about the local stuff. Oh, we're not going back there, it's muddy. About the usually we walk through the trails there along the river, but it's all muddy in there. So I had a comment on one of my previous videos, you know, where I'm just venting about the local corruption going on here, and then compared my case to another one that's going on here. I want to be clear, I'm not against Bobby Schaefer, and I will stand with him for whatever he wants to call himself, right? For the violation of his rights. I want to be clear on that. But people are missing, the people locally here are missing the point. really missing the point. And we got to be careful on this, because the truth is, all of us could come together, and we need to come together, all of us who have been violated, and stand together on that. And together, that's how our voices are going to be heard and put out there. And but the thing is, we need to focus on the real heart of the matter, and that's that people are being violated, that rights are being violated, and our public servants are being corrupt. And we can prove this all day long, but where is it getting us? You see, the thing is, once we start taking, start acting like, well, it's because of this, and we start putting little categories in there about, oh, they are violated because of this or that. Once you start putting categories in there and start saying that they violated you because you fit in some special category, well, now you're going to ruin the argument for everybody in the end. There'll be a few people that come out victorious, and those are the ones that are going to be able to claim the special category, and then the rest of us are going to be told to take a hike, because they're going to, once they get to me, they're going, oh, well, you don't fit none of these categories. You weren't violated. This is business as usual. And that's the problem. It is violations, and the corruption needs to come to a stop. But, the comment was saying, oh, well, I know who you're talking about, and this person did his due diligence. I haven't seen you. Let me be clear. I'm the first one that stepped up. I'm the first one mine happened first, okay, before his, and I was the first one to step up and start bitching about it. I'm not just, they said, oh, you seem to be just some grumpy outlaw, right? And that's not the case. Sure, I'm grumpy. Sure, you can call me an outlaw, whatever, right? But the case is not because I'm just some grumpy outlaw. I did my due diligence as well. I studied hours on end about the law to find out what was going on, to try to find out what we could do about it. I too tried to use the legal system to fight the legal system, which is he's getting credit for or whatever. And that's fine. I'm not trying to take away from that. But at the end of the day, you don't get to, you say you don't know about my case in the comment. Well, that's okay, you don't. And I understand. What, Brendan Mitchell, good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Sorry if my mic ain't working that great. Glad you stopped in. Thank you very much. And yeah, I need to figure out how to get the mic hooked up properly. So I imagine from seeing how it's went before, once that wind hits, I probably can't hear worth a crap what I'm saying. But the wind's a little bit chilly. Where are you trying to pull us to? I just gotta watch it, because for some reason the dogs seem to think that deer crap is tasty. But yeah, man, you gotta watch where you step over here. There's so many usually. I'm surprised we didn't catch any today. Some of my previous videos, you'll see that we caught some. But so anyways, I did all of that. I put tons of research into it. I had a hired lawyer that screwed me. And so I went and did all this research in all this stuff, what to do, and I filed it all through the courts, did it all accordingly, okay? And people are acting like, oh, he's doing stuff that I haven't done, and that's bullcrap, okay? And that's the problem we're taking away. That's the thing. I'm the first one that jumped up to say anything. Mine happened first, and I'm not, it's not about that. I want us all to have, all of us to get justice. I want the corruption to be put to stop. 2-4, good to see you. Thank you very much. And that's my thing, I want the corruption to stop for all of us, because none of us are safe from it until we get a stop to it. But people come in the comments, and I'm not trying to cut Bobby Schaefer down or take away from his case, but at the end of the day, I'm talking to a lot of people, some who are on his side. The truth is, all the rest of us are actually violated worse than he was, and they don't want to see it. And that's the problem, because they're falling onto this category that he's claiming. Oh, well, he was, a trans person, and and that's meant to everybody sharing his stuff. Everybody knows about his stuff. Toledo 11 comes down, hits on it. And and that's fine and dandy. But the rest of us, like the comment, oh, I don't know about your case. How is that? How is that? That I'm the loudest one from Defiance County. I'm the one that stepped up. Okay, you can say he stepped up. He went
found a way to hire a lawyer. Okay, that's fine and dandy. At the end of the day, that lawyer gets paid no matter what. Whether you win or lose, that lawyer still gets paid. But the thing is, I'm the one that it happened to me first, and I spoke up right away. This is not right. Everybody needs to pay attention to what's going on. Well, they act like, oh, well, they had a right to do what they did to me, but not to him, right? And this is, I'm just trying to warn people, you got to be careful on this, because once you do that, everybody wants to come together and get their justice, and I agree, and we need to stand together. But once you do that and start agreeing that, oh, well, they busted him because he was trans, and they busted me because of this category, and busted you because of that category. Well, at the end of the day, most of us are going to fit into a category, right? And then it's going to be asleep at the wheel, ignoring the fact that really our rights were violated, our lives were ruined because these thugs stepped up and ruined our lives, right? Another thing people don't consider, one reason they would come at me so hard is Defiance County is a Smart 21 community. They're so proud about it. They mention it all the time in their, I'll see if I can get in here and get better audio. But Smart 21 community. And what a Smart 21 community is, in other words, a smart city, right? This is the makings of a smart city. And that's, these are their plans, and this is what we don't understand. So Defiance, they're not gonna, this area, they're gonna try to shut everybody up. And that's what I'm trying to say. This is what your smart cities are gonna look like. They're calling it a Smart 21 community. You can look into that, Google it, but they're so proud of it. There's other communities like that, but these are the beginning stages of a, don't breathe so hard, mister, stick your head out the window. Smart city, right? So, and that's what's going on. And they got, if you come here to town, I wanted to walk through town, but because of the mic issue and all that, and Eva Rick, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. I just, this is another one I just threw up at last minute. I got some stuff I want to plan on talking about that maybe I'll put on a normal live, but I want to get in a few hours of, be able to get it, do it. Supposedly all these different formats help or are needed or whatever. But anyways, so that's what's going on. And they're, you know, if you look now, they've got this thing where no turn on red anywhere in the city. And so everybody's directed one way, everybody's got to act one way, and they're using technology. They're getting government grants to implement all this technology, whether it be the parks, they're throwing cameras up all over, cameras at all the lights, putting all the lights hooked up to AI to let the computer decide when to turn the lights and all this and that. We're being controlled, and this is, we are a test city for this. That's what Defiance County is. And in order to keep that government money, things got to fall in a certain way. So I assure you, everyone, someone like me that's jumping up saying, hey, all this corruption's going on, they're going to do everything to shut it down. They're using things like, it's called the I Am Responding app, and there's probably other apps like that. Eva Rick says, bang on that like button. Yeah, right on. Thank you. Thanks for reminding everyone. So the smart, you know, so in order to get that government grants, they got to implement these ideas that the federal government says. And that's what's, this is the making of a smart city, and Smart 21 community, they're calling it. And that's just, and they're using this thing, and other areas have other apps, but it's called I Am Responding, and they're using, local officials are all connected on this I Am Responding app, and they are using it to track and trace people. Like, I got a story of, I don't want to get too far involved in it right now yet, but there's one of the, this is 3 different people I talked to have mentioned this app, but the one has given me a pretty compelling case that their ex was stalking them and using other people within the public servants to keep an eye on them, on their location and everything else through this I Am Responding app. And these are the kinds of things going on. If we got, some people may have heard of the Lexis, I'm pretty sure it's called. It's a database system that, and this is what happened to me. My lawyer, when I went and hired him, he takes, I tell him all this stuff, and he's like, oh yeah, oh, we can get that thrown out, no problem. Tells me I got this great case. So I pay him, he gets my money. Next thing he's typing on this thing, he's like, oh, well, there's something wrong with the system. It ain't let me bring up your
case files to go over it with you today. So, so here I have them hired already. Well, come to find out, through their little system, they flagged me for whatever. And it alerts that lawyer who's local enough, close enough, it alerts him to, whatever. Hey, you meet with us first so we can discuss this in a back room to see how we're going to screw these people over, right? It's called Nexus Lexus. And I found out about it accidentally because when it was come to my foreclosure issue, I was stuck without a vehicle and stuff and trying to submit my paperwork for my argument. And it was you got to be within a certain time limit, and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna get to town and get that turned in. So I went on the system and I signed up, made myself an account, got my stuff turned in time so they couldn't rule against me automatically. Well, they didn't like that, and next thing I know, I got an email saying I was removed from the system. I wasn't supposed to be in the system. Why not? I'm fighting myself as if I'm my own lawyer, right? Lawyers are not, because they don't want you to know all the paperwork that's submitted and all these notes that's submitted to each other, how they're actually scratching each other's back. And, so my thing was, it just brought up some thoughts when I got that comment, and I appreciate the comments very much. And the person said, well, I don't know much about your case, but I know his. And talk about Bobby Schaefer's case, and I appreciate that. But the fact is that highlights an issue. You should have known about my case before his, because I stepped up before anyone. I was the one that stepped up publicly. The rest of them, Bobby Schaefer's case, nobody understands what's going on because that's all being done with backroom deals, right? They're going to keep it quietly. They don't care how much they pay as long as they keep it quiet. I, on the other hand, I'm bringing a lot of publicity to it, and they don't like that. They don't like that. They don't want this smart city to be seen as in this kind of light. And it's just one of several things that sparked those thoughts today, and the things they're doing. I got a couple other things I'm looking into that a whole lot of people, and I'd like to get us all, I got all kinds of people I'm talking to who's also been violated, and some of you I haven't responded. Sometimes I'm slow on the responses, but I'm getting a lot of information. It's hard to keep up with all of it. And of course, you got to do your due diligence to go through it and make sure it's legitimate stuff. Not everyone that claims a violation is actually legitimately violated. It's got to be real. I'm not gonna, and that's my thing. I'm not gonna blame these guys for the stuff where it shouldn't matter. And that's what we don't understand about Bobby Schaefer's case, is that we're claiming, it's because we got to understand what really happened there and how it's violated and the corruption that's involved. If we gonna say, it's because of this, and then that leaves the rest of us out, then no one else has a voice, only the people that fit in that category. And that's what we got to be careful from. And I understand there's people that don't understand that, but trust me, we could all of us, every one of us could come together and stand together on this. And if we do it right, we're gonna get results. But if we stay sidetracked and say, well, this person was violated because of this and this other person because of that category, well, then there's going to be a bunch of us that don't fit no category, so we're not going to get no justice, right? And otherwise, man, I had a different point I was going to touch on real quick, and now I don't remember what that one was. But the Listeria thing, that was, now we got, if anyone's heard Gene Hackman, his wife, and his dog were all found dead in their house. What's up with that? I don't know. Supposedly the Epstein list is coming out today. We'll see. I don't have no faith in that. I believe, there's still going to be too many people protected. And we all know the truth. We all know the gig. Why do we got to wait for the news to tell us what's up? We already know what's up. Sick Bastard, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. He says CO2. Yeah, is that confirmed? I imagine that must be something like that, I would think. All separate rooms and the dog. Yeah, the dog too. That was crazy. All separate rooms, huh? Wow. Wow, man, that'd have to be a lot of CO2, I would think, huh? That's crazy. It's curious, though. I mean, uh, Gene Hackman was, like 90 years old. So, but his wife was only like 60 something, and still, he's a pretty good actor. I always like most of his stuff. 95. Oh, he's 95. Older than dirt. Yeah, right on. Yeah, so I mean, technically, he's lived a good full life. But it's just still crazy to hear that, especially when you hear, well, everyone in the house, I guess, right? Him, his wife, and the dog. Oh, there's a big dog, Whiskey. Husky. Neighbor's dog got loose the one day. He watched where we walked to and got loose and chased us down. Otherwise, I'll probably just go ahead and get off here. I just want to jump on here quick and throw some thoughts up about that and get a live going in this format. Supposedly it helps, and we'll see what's going on. But I got some other stuff planned, but I got to sit down and get it all compiled together with some proper thoughts instead of just throwing it out. But I wanted to share that Indiana, right across the line from where I'm at. It's about 50 miles from where I'm at. They had the Listeria outbreak, and it's only in the long-term care facilities. That seems suspicious to me. But all the rest of their products being sold is just fine. So that seems suspicious to me. And I thought, well, just hit on the topic I hit yesterday. That seems like, they're going after the old and frail and take them all. It's what we're gonna do. Start taking. They're finding out who they want to be around and who they don't. I don't like what I see going on. And several other things, but I just wanted to touch a little bit on that, and then this where this person commented. I appreciate the comments, I do, and I'm not trying to take any way. I stand with Bobby Schaefer, retired writer. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. I stand with Bobby Schaefer where it comes to the fact that his rights were violated, and he deserves justice just like the rest of us. But we got to be careful trying to say, because like I said, every one of us here in this community that's coming together, or all these people I'm talking to, there's in groups, and then there's some that's all, but a whole lot of people have contacted me. It's hard to keep up with all of this, and by all means, I want to do everything to help everyone get their word out. Some of them are trying to stay anonymous right now, but at the end of the day, we got to focus on what it is they're violating us, and this Defiance is a good example of what they mean by smart cities. We're Smart 21, as I said a little bit ago, and Defiance announces that proudly. Smart 21 community. This is the beginnings of a smart community, and I can show you how Defiance is using all this stuff to control every aspect of our life. And that's what they don't want getting out. They don't care if this person or that person secretly sues them and nobody knows about it. They care about, oh, you're bringing all this corruption to light. And that's what they're using to control us, is all this corruption, these dirty means. And that's what I'm saying. Everyone that I've talked to have all been violated worse than Bobby Schaefer. I'm not taking away from his case, and people are taking that wrong. They're getting offended about it. I'm not taking away. I'm taking away from, I'm saying be careful on the, let's be clear about why they violated you and what's really going on there. And we can't just, we got to stick to it on that. We go saying, oh, it's because he fit in this special category. That means the rest of us have no legitimate argument once we do that. So we'll all be fighting, thinking we're going to get some justice, and only one or two people are going to get justice. But the person that commented and said, oh, I haven't heard about, that's my whole point. Oh, you haven't heard about mine, but you heard about his. Well, that's because they're claiming because he fit this category, everybody's saying, oh, look how horrible they treated him. They did worse to me, and not just me, everyone else that's come to me have all been violated in a worse way than he actually has. And that's why I'm saying we need to come together and understand that it's the corruption and how they're just violating rights, and we all have rights, and our lives won't be ruined if we prevent them, bring this shit to light, hold the people accountable that's doing it, and put an end to the violation of rights, and make it clear that they have to abide by the Constitution, right? Otherwise you're saying only certain people have have rights. Panoverse, good to see you. I don't know, did I shout you out or whatever? Thank you very much. But otherwise, we'll probably get ready to get off here. I just want to jump on here quick, do a live in this format. And I don't want to do too many in this format until I get them, get my mics set up right. I don't got one to plug into this. I got one, but I need an adapter to plug it into this phone. But I got one I'm planning on, but I'm compiling some information on it to make it better. It's one thing to sit here and say, oh, well, we heard this and that, and it's another thing to say it and then be able to show some proof to back it up. But yeah, Listeria Outbreak over there in Indiana, it just seems suspect to me how it's all going down. But, and we got more things going on where they're culling millions of chickens, right? And this is not good. They're finding that one chicken is suspected of having the avian flu, and because of that, they call off the whole farm, right? And that's just, and there's videos out showing how they're doing it. It's just sickening. And the thing is, that's gonna eventually catch up to us. But it comes out, what they're doing is forcing all these farms to have the major farms, right? They're finding ways to make it where you can't grow your own shit, free range, whatever. And then so all these farms that they got to take account, the ones that were, they take account all the ones that were tested, that did not test with any flu or anything. And so the insurance, then they get to claim the insurance because they had to kill those off, even though they were fine and not sick. And this, we're talking about millions of chickens, right? On these big farms. They call them all off, and now they're only allowed to replace them with vaccinated chickens. And that's how they're going to get the vax into all of us, right? They're forcing it where our food has to be vaccinated. And you got to watch how you say that. And Retired Writer says, it's getting crazy and crazier. And sure, it is every damn day anymore. You know, you turn on and it just never fails. You turn on the news and there's some crazy shit going on, and the shit that just don't make sense. Like, I understand getting rid of birds that test sick, okay? But when you got one that's way over here on this end of farm, and that's the only one that tested sick, and all these other birds are on this end of the farm, and none of them are testing sick, and we're killing all them off. But the thing, like I said, they're forcing them now to replace them. They all have to be vaccinated. They're vaccinating them, and eventually that's how they're going to get that vaccine into us. They put it into our food, and now it's into us. And how safe is that animal that they're dosing them up with all this shit now? And it's just sick. Try to find free range local if you can. It's getting harder and harder. I know we got a huge chicken thing. Well, it's turkeys. They probably do chickens too, I don't know. Cooper Farms is over here in Paulding County, not too far. I'd say they're about 20 or 30 miles from me, but they hopefully they don't have to call one of theirs to get it's just crazy. But everyone, thanks for watching. We're gonna go ahead and shut this down, and I got some stuff I want to either get a video or a live up, but I gotta get this stuff a little more brought together so I can have all my thoughts properly and be able to post the stuff that backs it up. They're going to get it into us one way or another. That's why we had to stay aware and push that information out like you're doing. Yeah, 100%. That's 100%, Retired Writer. They're finding one way or another, they're going to get it into us. And I believe, I've told people, like, the vax itself isn't the mark of the beast. But it's a prelude up into the mark of the beast, and they got to get these certain chemicals in us for their plan is to connect us to it, and the only way that's going to work is to have what our DNA messed with, and mRNA is known for. I got to watch. I've had a video taken down for talking about some of this stuff, so you got to watch the words you use and stuff like that. But you're 100% right. Their plan is to get it into us one way or another. And the only way that's right, those of us who are aware, is to share our voices. 100% right. Evil Rick says, it's already been proven the jab ain't safe. That's 100% right. And the people who just don't want to see it, because we had locally on Facebook, somebody posted a video where a doctor was talking about it and saying shame on the doctors for, you know, they violated their oath as a doctor, because they just, without knowing the test results, they just started telling them, yeah, you need to get it. And so that's you know, concerning. And I was watching this video about it. Well, then you get some of these people that are way far left, and they're you know, trying to put the blame on this and that, and excusing the whole thing, and trying to act like we all still should be getting vaccinated. I'm like, we're having people who have still to this day are falling over dead from it. You know, it's you're 100% right, Evil Rick. It's been proven that it ain't safe, and you still got the talking heads trying to act like we should be doing it. Retired Writer says you're absolutely right, Evil. Yep, right on. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. I thank everyone for joining in and checking it out. Thanks for the likes, and thank you very much. And we're gonna go ahead and get off of here, and I'll catch you. I might try to get later on. I said that yesterday, but today I might try to get on there. We'll see how much stuff I can get brought together and feel comfortable enough about hitting it. I don't like to start talking about something and then not have all this stuff and start feeling dumb about it. But thanks a lot, and we'll see you later. Evil Rick says be bad, or at least don't get caught being good. See y'all later. Remember to be bad. Right on. Don't get caught being good. See you later. Thank you very much, and we'll see you later on.